What is multitasking? Let's suppose for your normal days, you are having n number of tasks. You have to attend some phone calls, you have to make some report or some other financial activities, or you have to go for short breaks. So there will be many tasks that you have to do throughout your whole day. So all the tasks you will not be doing at the same time. Sometimes you might be browsing something, or some other time you might be noting down, or you might be writing some mails or some other activities. So basically you will be doing different tasks in different time frames. You cannot do multiple tasks at any point of time, right? For example, in your computer you have opened these softwares, Paint, side by side you have opened Excel, where you are working something, you are preparing some data over here, and you might be checking some mails. So these tasks operating system has to perform, but it can perform only one task at a time. If it is a single core CPU, in single core CPU, you can perform only one task at any moment. So some time frames must be allocated to these tasks. Let's say these all are allocated with 10 millisecond of execution time over this single core CPU. And this scheduling is done by a scheduler in the operating system. This scheduler is responsible to allocate CPU to any of the processes. It can allocate either Paint or Excel or your Outlook. So in this way, multitasking is performed, which is making illusion to you that all the tasks are being performed at the same time. It is not actually performed at the same times. Some small time frames are given to each of the processes to run on this single core CPU. Here I was emphasizing on single core CPU. Suppose you are having n number of tasks. Even though you are having many hands, you will not be able to do multiple tasks at the same time because you are having single hit. Like Ravana, if you are having 10 hits, so at any time you can perform 10 number of tasks simultaneously. And this example of 10 number of hits of Ravana, you can imagine with you are having n number of cores in single CPU. So there you can perform n number of tasks simultaneously. Here this is a 4-core CPU, which is called quad-core CPU. Can execute 4 processes at one time. And in embedded industry, we often use single core CPU because it is very cheap compared to the multi-core CPU. It is less expensive. That makes it suitable to use in embedded industry, where different time frames can be allocated to different tasks to run on single core CPU. Let's suppose this task 1 was executing first, and once a scheduler finds that another task is ready, let's say task 2, it will pause the execution for task 1 and it will save the context for it. That means it will save where the execution was happening for task 1. So that is called saving of context. So it is saving the context for task 1 before executing the task 2. And after executing this task 2, it will pause it here and then a scheduler will allocate CPU to the task 3. And when again the task 1 is ready, and a scheduler has to allocate the CPU to it, it will restore the context first that it had saved before, and after restoring the context, task 1 will be executed again. This was the small brief about multitasking. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for further videos and I'll see you soon.